Wins are hard to come by in a college football season, and they should be cherished and prized, particularly when you get win number 6 and become bowl eligible. Welcome to Boise, Idaho, and Albertson Stadium, home of the Boise State Broncos. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, a team ready to put on a show, taking on the winners of 5 straight, the Boise State Broncos. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And the Broncos will put toe to leather to crank us up. He'll bring it out. It's Moore. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. We just need to see what they do today.
Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. This Boise State crowd bringing the noise. It's deafening here on 3rd down. They'll run the toss. Pass is takes him still on his feet. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. Solid run on the last play gives this offense another 1st down. The option look. Finding an escape route. Wide open spaces. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
On the option. Quarterback on the keeper. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like, really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that round.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And you can tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a 4th quarter game.
Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. That'll be enough for a 1st down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch him. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive.
Wins are hard to come by in a college football season, and they should be cherished and prized, particularly when you get win number 6 and become bowl eligible. The Broncos will put toe together and will get started. He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power. All those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch, man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. The blue turf rumbling on this 3rd down attempt as the Bronco fans exhort the knee. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They have just bloodied their nose on this drive, all on the ground. It's 1st and 10. To the ground. He's got it again. You want to talk about running behind your pads as he plows his way to the 35.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on 2nd, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on 3rd.
The 7th play of this opening drive, they'll need to move the chains on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets them a first at the 29. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the option. He'll keep it himself. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage from no gain on the play. So now it's 2nd and long.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time. Offensively, the defense coming up with a huge negative play.
They'll leave it with him. Got enough for the first down. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1. It was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. And they're in for a touchdown.
You knew this offense wanted to come into this one, establishing the run, guys. They didn't even attempt to throw on their first drive. They were more physical. They were pushing guys around up front, and this guy caps it off with a nice touchdown.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Broncos offense will go to work for the first time. And what a performance, an aerial show for this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, Dave.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes. And
there he goes! Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
It seemed like there may have been a miscommunication there between the QB and receiver, just not on the same page.
They're dealing with a second and long. Back to throw, it's Madsen. Makes the grab down the middle. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Boise State. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
And how nice is it to have a playmaker like that I can get the ball out of my hands right to him and say, all right, dude, you got jets, you can fly, catch the slant, make some people miss, outrun some angles, and get all the way to the end zone.
Setting up for the extra point and the top. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he makes the fair catch deep in his own territory, and he might have a question or two to answer about that decision. And now the offense will come onto the field again. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The give on the option. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Here comes the option. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders.
And as a defensive player, you see so much option nowadays and so many different variants of it. And you got to play very disciplined, sound football. And you could tell he knew he was responsible for the quarterback. He goes and gets him, sits him on the ground, creates a tackle for him.
They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
It's really hard when you get in those predictable situations. Defenses are sitting on the sticks. Receivers have to understand where that first down marker is. Heads up play, nose for the first down marker. Get in there and get it.
Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. So first down here as they go back to work. The offense changing the play. They'll try to get the edge on the left. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Well, they go with a toss play, and you see the patience this running back has. I love when he has the ball in his hands. He's just able to sort of feel out where defenders are. He's able to see the hole open up. Once he sees it, puts his foot in the ground and gets upfield. Nice carry.
Plows through the defense. Several defenders there to get him on the ground.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback. Somebody has to have the pitch. And most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
There he goes. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Gets it past the marker. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Runs through a tackle. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll go to the ground. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
On the move. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So close to cashing it in for this offense. I'll try to power it in. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See?
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7. A long way to go on 4th and goal. Might be changing the route. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty.
Encroachment, defense.
So the early contact for the defense, and they'll move it up 5 yards. Fourth down and goal from the 3. The playbook is pretty much wide open here. A designed run for the quarterback. Takes it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I love calling the QB's number. I don't care if he gets hit down near the goal line. 4th and goal, I need him to make a play. Nice job being decisive, getting downhill, getting in the end zone.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Lofts one high and deep. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Down to 2 minutes to play. We'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over. A chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. And the Broncos come to the line needing just inches for the first down. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making...
Oh, he's got some space. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down.
First down on the offense.
They'll give it to him again. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Using his legs, it's Thomas. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. This Boise State crowd bringing the noise. It's deafening here on 3rd down. They'll try to bully their way for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Use the play fake, now to throw. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And he makes the catch inside the 25. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. That's the way you get things going. A huge play, and now attacking from just inside the red zone. And they spike it to stop the clock.
No gain on the play. 2nd down coming up.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. He'll ride his man on the option. Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. And the defense got it. He's running free down the middle. The 20. Touchdown Broncos! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
Nice job by the defense forcing the fumble. That took the perfect bounce right into the DB's hands. He shows you the speed and takes it back all the way for a touchdown. That was the definition of a fortuitous bounce.
He makes the fair catch at his own 8-yard line, and that might have kept him from being backed up even further. So the offense has had enough. They'll take a knee and wrap up this first half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Just about set to put toe to leather as we are deadlocked here in the 3rd. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Boise State ready to send out that offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process, and now once you get in the second...
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. The Broncos come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Looking to throw, it's Madsen. Fires to the big fella. Turning it on. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. Pass completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Handoff from the gun. He showed off a few moves, but not enough to get away from all of those defenders as they stop him for a loss.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
See, they need more runs like that. It's been so few and far between. Defensively, they've been in position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off of blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This defense has done a nice job slowing down the run game thus far.
He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. And the Broncos have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his big tight end. Bernie on the Jets. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive. The Broncos didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Running the red zone. It's Sherrod. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos! And that one will give him the lead.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open, and he's able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Southern Miss came away with the win today, but not in dominant fashion. In fact, the folks in Hattiesburg had to sweat things out for much of the day. Could have been better, but certainly could have been worse. Never a dull moment when it comes to football in the Fun Belt, and that certainly held true again today.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Give to the running back. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. A pickup of 5. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
The blue turf rumbling on this 3rd down attempt as the Bronco fans exhort the D. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
This This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on 4th down. Now on the move. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line.
You know, college football is so much about emotion and momentum and trying to find parts of games where you can grab it. How about going for it on 4th down?
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. The #1 job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Bradley. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Leaves it with the back. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the 2nd half.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. Got the 1st down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it to try to get his offense some positive yards.
Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Well, and most QBs will tell you it starts from the waist down, and the feet have to be tied really well with the upper body and with mechanics. And you could tell, drifted a little bit there. Because of that, inaccurate throw.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down. That's the end of the quarter, and Boise State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing running back. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. Bowls his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And the extra point ties the game in the 4th. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
And the Broncos in a good spot here with 2nd and short. He'll do it himself. Hard running there.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
Looking to throw, it's Madsen. Gets it out fast. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. A strike downfield. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. The Broncos look to keep this drive humming. Gives it on the option. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own, and unfortunately ended up losing yards.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And the Broncos will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. They evened things up the last time they had it. The defense helped them out and a chance to go on top with this drive. Now on the option. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
Playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
This Boise State crowd bringing the noise. It's deafening here on 3rd down. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. Is that stiff arm even a human arm? It looks like some type of steel bludgeoning device on his way to a first down. They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Calandria. Got it in the middle, it's Reynolds. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. 2nd and short now after that completion. They're going back to the ground. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the game. They'll snap it from the 47 on 1st down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw on 1st down. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
And that's exactly what this defense needed. They needed to have something positive. Giving up some yardage. They've given up some plays. No big deal. Got right back in it on this drive with that big sack.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Going for the big play. He got his hands on it but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up.
That's a first down for the offense.
Off-play action on first down. Fires toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Well, this defense is still playing so hard here late in the game in the fourth quarter. Offense taking a shot into the end zone. Defender in incredible position, and he's able to knock that one away incomplete.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And this offense has got to get somewhere, right? That's a couple plays in a row. Like, the clock is their biggest enemy. So we got to find a way to manufacture, push the ball down the field, make something happen with that clock running out.
The give to the tailback. He'll be stopped at the 32. Still ground to cover if they want to convert, and fourth down is coming. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category.
Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. And they only need a field goal, and they have to manage the time wisely here.
Yeah, I think you want to manage the clock, Reese. Be smart with your timeout situation. Know where to attack, Jesse, on the field right now.
Yeah, generally you want to attack with your best players. So get them in matchups that you like and get those guys the football.
Oh, a lot of space. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Looking for a man. It's Madsen. Catch in the middle. It's Sharon. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They'll use a timeout with 26 seconds left on the clock. He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down. Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can.
No gain on the play.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. They'll send the tight end in motion. Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. He tries to take the top off. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
It's such a fine line offensively. Late in the game, you got to score, you got to make big plays, but you can't turn the football over. Big time mistake. This one might cost them.
They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals. It usually starts with your conference championship and winning a national championship, maybe going to the play.